Okay, let's get right into it because Google just dropped something for NotebookLM that is, well, it's an absolute game changer for all the AIpreneurs out there building their 2026 blueprint. Seriously, if you have ever struggled to get your incredible ideas out of your head and into a presentation that actually looks good, this is for you. This is all about mastering the machine so we can build the future way, way faster.
And, this update lines up perfectly with what Coach BK Han has been teaching. His whole 2026 blueprint is about that sweet spot where human genius meets machine speed. And this tool, it's one of the biggest accelerators we've ever seen for making that blueprint a reality. We're talking about turning your IP into actual assets, like right now.
So, let's talk about that big problem, right? The bottleneck that slows everyone down. You spend all this time, all this energy, developing your frameworks, your big ideas, your IP. But then, you have to actually turn it into a clean, professional deck for a client. And that step, man, that's where the momentum just dies.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The old way, you write your masterpiece, then you have to become a designer. You're in PowerPoint, building slides one by one, messing with alignment, ugh. It's tedious, it kills your flow, and yeah, it's a total nightmare. We've all been there.
Now just look at this comparison for a second. The contrast is wild. On the left, that's the old world, a slow, painful crawl. But on the right, that's where we are now. We're not talking about saving a little time. We're talking about going from a process that takes hours, maybe even days, down to minutes. This isn't just better, it's a completely different way of working.
So how is this even possible? Well, this is the core of it. What Google just did with NotebookLM isn't some tiny little update. They have completely changed the game. And it all comes down to two brand new, incredibly powerful features. So let's break it down. First, prompt-based revisions. This means you can literally talk to your slides. You just type what you want to change, like, hey, make this shorter, and it just does it. Second, direct PPTX export. No more weird formatting issues or just getting a PDF. You click a button and get a real, editable PowerPoint file. That's it. These two things together just completely erase that nightmare workflow.
All right, enough theory. Let's see this thing in action. We're going to take one of our own frameworks, the Dino framework, and show you how this new workflow helps us turn our IP into something that meets our cinematic standard, which is just our name for super polished, client-ready work. And to help us out, our community guide Sky Joe is going to walk us through it. So just imagine we've dropped all of our internal documents about the Dino framework right into NotebookLM. And look how easy it starts. A simple, clear command. We just tell it what our source is, the Dino docs, and what we want, a 10-slide presentation. And bam! In seconds, NotebookLM reads everything and gives us a solid first draft. The heavy lifting is done. But okay, that first draft is just the start. This is where the real magic happens. So let's say slide 4 has way too much text. Instead of messing with it ourselves, we just give it another prompt. We're telling the AI to refine its own work, to boil it all down to the most important parts. It's like having a conversation to build the deck.
And we just keep going. We can keep stacking these commands. We're not just fixing things, we're collaborating with the AI to make it better. With every single prompt, the presentation gets clearer and more powerful. We're turning a bunch of notes into a real story, just by typing.
Now, this isn't just for one specific framework, right? This works across our entire 2026 blueprint. Think about how fast we can now visualize our BMM methodology for scaling or our AEO Pioneer framework. We're going from these big ideas to a client-ready pitch in no time at all.
For example, trying to explain the BMM methodology. That can be really complex. It's an engine for scaling. But now, you can just instantly generate slides for each stage, and then use prompts to refine them, maybe add financial models. You're making a huge, complex strategy super easy for anyone to understand. And for a concept like AEO Pioneer, oh man, pitching this big shift from old-school SEO to answer engine optimization is tough. But with this tool, you can create a deck, then use prompts to add case studies, mock up what the results look like, and really highlight the ROI. It makes the value proposition crystal clear for any client.
Okay, so we've seen how powerful this is, but to really master it, to really get the best results, there's one super important rule you absolutely have to follow. This is the key to getting maximum accuracy and that cinematic standard we're always talking about.
And if you take away one thing from this, let it be this. Garbage in, garbage out. It's that simple. NotebookLM is amazing, but it can only work with what you give it. If you feed it a messy brain dump of notes, you're going to get a messy deck back.
So just take 5 minutes, clean up your source docs, use clear headings. Trust me, it makes all the difference in the world.
Because when you combine a clean source document with this incredible new workflow, this is what you get. You hit that cinematic standard, that level of quality and polish we're all aiming for. But you get there in minutes, not days. This is the new baseline for speed and quality.
Look, this workflow is a fundamental part of the Apreneur's Toolkit from now on. It's all about working smarter, creating faster, and showing your value way more effectively. So the only real question left is, are you ready to accelerate your 2026 blueprint?
To stay ahead of the curve on updates just like this one, you need to be connected. Go ahead and scan these codes, join our school community for the deep dives, and definitely subscribe on YouTube for all the tutorials and latest insights from Coach BK Han. All right, it's time to go master the machine.